Yay, we are recording and oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. Look at this. I just want to welcome you guys to the very first episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. I'm your host. I am Dominique, aka Tender Lovings, aka St. Angeles on Instagram. So if y'all want to look at me. And actually Whiskey Sour now has a page, so I'll be running all these clips in through Whiskey Sour. So I'm so excited.
My bad.
Sure, yes. So can you turn your phone on Do Not Disturb?
40 seconds in.
Like, why you gotta be a nigga already?
My bad. Because it's connected to your phone and it's connected to.
I know. I don't know how to turn that off, so I'm a little afraid because I'm like, yo, like I just need it. So I have my phone on silent. Actually, I'm gonna just turn it on D&D. I'm gonna turn it on airplane mode because I feel like that would be better. Right. But I'm welcoming everybody here. I'm so excited. This is my first solo podcast. Third time's a charm. Hey, I'm determined to make this shit work. But yes, let me introduce my guest. In the middle, if you guys are watching, this is Jay White.
What's up? What's up? Happy to be here.
Yes. And tell us a little bit about yourself super quick.
Real quick, also have a podcast, as you can see. Wait a minute.
No, other way.
Yeah, you see it. You see it. You good. It's called Henny Nights. Dom's been on it a few times. But I'm from St. Louis, of course. Yeah, just trying to figure this life shit out, man. Yes, that's why I can describe it. That's why I can describe it.
So thank you. Cheers to you. I know you got that Hennessy bottle over there. There we go. Because this is Whiskey Sour, so everybody does have a drink. And to your right is the beautiful Yanni. What's up, girl? I miss you.
I miss you too. So I'm Yanni. I am in LA, but originally from DC, or the DC area, Maryland to be exact, PG County.
PG County. Oh, y'all from PG County. Fine men though. So
they do the whole area, I would say, but the area. And I'm talking about dating, sex, relationships, especially from a millennial perspective. And yeah, I'm excited to get into it.
I am so happy to have you both here. So let's just jump right into it.
Let's go.
Black women. This is a post that I saw, and I felt like this is so interesting because I can relate to it, and I have so many girlfriends that have been in this situation. Black women are showing receipts of men over the age of 30 begging them for money. And the post comes from Spiritual Word. I kept calling it World for like years. It's really Word because I'm dyslexic and I can't read. So I want to read a few of the tweets to everybody. And it goes like this. It says, y'all, he finna be 30. So the guy says, okay, buy me some weed. This is my last favor. I get paid Tuesday night. I swear I'll give it back. Face. If you want to, though. Pretty please with the cherry on top. And whipped cream. And she said, boy, gone. You have to be sober tonight. But he's like, please. I will literally give it back to you on Tuesday. She says, no. He said, I promise. She's like, she's no smoking tonight. It's just for the party. Remember, you just met me. I honestly don't lend out money. And he said, okay, fine. And she responded, yeah, you wild.
It's so much happening.
First of all, the fact that you want me to buy you weed is like
I don't buy you anything when I just met you.
Exactly. And I just feel like there's I don't understand. Again, like you're having a party. Where's your homeboys? Why are you asking this chick that you don't know for money? And it's like a reoccurring theme throughout all of these posts. Somebody's asking a girl to give him money for like food. Somebody else is like, can you Western Union me some money? Don't Western Union have fees? So I'm gonna get all these extra fees on top of the money, like you. So you're not even gonna get what you asked for, $20. Really? And I don't understand what is society coming to. Like I am 33. I will say that proudly, but I also don't date broke niggas. And it's also kind of like I can smell one from a mile away, and not saying I'm bougie or that I'm a gold digger, but I
female.
And I said that to people. I said I am a female. Word fee. I don't come cheap. What, James?
I ain't got nothing to say.
But I just feel like at 30-something years old, if you don't have money, honestly, I don't think that you should be dating. I don't think you should be sleeping with anybody. I think you need to like get your shit together and rearrange your priorities. Because pussy and you asking somebody that you landed with for money is strange to me.
It don't add up.
Yeah, it don't add up.
So, I mean, what are y'all thoughts?
Well, I'm curious to know, with Jay being the only man on this panel, if he has reached out for a couple $1 or two.
I don't go there, but
I've never begged for a.
So wait, keyword begged.
Have I asked? I haven't asked either. Like I did a whole long rant, which is why I'm here. Because you hit me up and was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this, and I'm like, bet. I sent you the little eyes, like, oh really? Where are you gonna be talking about this? He was like, yeah, I need to get you on. So my whole thing is my finances are directly tied to like my mental health, essentially. Like if I don't have it, if I'm down and out right now, you just won't hear from me until I get back on my feet and I figure out some things. Begging for cannabis and alcohol is definitely not something I'm going to be doing, especially with a woman that I just met. I forgot how long ago they said they met, or she said they met.
You just said I just met you.
Yeah. Okay. 24 hours. Like, yeah, they're absolutely not. I'm not even going to be doing that with a woman that I've known for a few months. So I'm not comfortable doing it with a woman, period. So that's weird. That is so fucking weird to me.
No, the other weird one is like, crazy question. Can you loan me a couple of dollars because I pay all my bills and I'm broke as fuck. I'm still waiting on my unemployment card. And I really want to buy NBA 2K21.
Oh, nah, you lying.
It's here. It is here. I can't make this shit up.
I know you fucking lying.
Yo, like.
Yeah, man. Priorities.
The honesty is killing me though. Like, not even like, if you're gonna be doing this, at least have like a sob story. Like, I'm trying to make it to work. Something like my car is messed up. I'm trying to make it to work.
I have a problem about car insurance. I needed car insurance money.
Okay.
He said it's already been 30 days. And he's late. And she's like, car insurance gives you more than 30 days not to pay.
You're not trying to ride dirty. Allegedly.
Hey man, I've driven dirty. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta.
Yeah, sometimes it just be like that. But I'm interested. Like, has a guy ever asked you for money, Yanni?
Yes.
How long ago?
This was about 10 years ago.
Ooh, you love me.
So much younger, and this was someone that I was actually maybe a little over 10 years ago, but we were, I guess, in the beginning stages of dating, and I remember he asked me for $60. And I had the money, and I had known him for several years before we started play dating or whatever, so freaking young. And I was just so concerned, like, why am I giving this man money? Like, I should not be giving this man money. Although, like, he's done things for me and we were actually friends before. Something about it just did not sit right with me. And I remember asking a couple friends, like, y'all, what should I do? And they're like, girl, it's no big deal. Just do it. You know, he'll pay you back. Like, don't worry about it. Just do it. So I did it. I honestly don't remember he paid me back or not. I'm sure he probably did. But that was
no niggas.
Time someone asked me for anything. You know, at my big age right now, I would dare you.
Yeah.
Ask me for anything but what my Cash App is, because you're not getting nothing. And you better be asking me for my Cash App to send, not to request.
Exactly. I mean, I just feel like what's strange about it is, like you said, like it's the boldness of the situation. And there are some in here, like there is a guy that is like, oh, it's about some food or whatever, like they're gonna chill. But I'm like, yo, honestly, as a woman, if I was walking into a situation where a guy was supposed to Netflix and chill or whatever the case may be, if he tells me that I have to bring something or that he doesn't have something, then you don't have me either. Like, you don't get access to me at this age, because I'm like, you probably should be looking up a job or like in the classified section or something, just because you don't have time to be laid up with somebody. The fact that you're asking me for money, you're asking me to feed you. It's another one where somebody's asking, oh yeah, can you feed me my baby? What?
I think it's really funny that you say that, because I was watching Def Comedy yesterday, and one of the comedians was like, Black women think that if you don't got no job, you should be looking for a job 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can't breathe.
I do.
But I do agree that the women have to have some sense of accountability, right? Like, I think the one where he wanted her to bring some food over. I don't remember. It was something about some pizza and Netflix and chill. But it's like, if you've obviously done this in the past, you've set yourself up. So it's like, what more do you expect? So I feel like we have to teach our young women what their standards and their boundaries should be. So it doesn't even, this happens and that's it. Or if that's your thing, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, I just feel like at this age is no excuse. And I feel like we also are in this weird space, because, you know, we talk about dating and relationships so much and how it's like this ongoing rat race. Especially because, you know, we live in LA, and James, like I tell you all the time, how complicated it is, how hard it is to date, because I always feel like men have one foot in and one foot out, because there's some other girl that's going to come up, and there are women that do this and it's not a problem. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like it's an area of like, it's this weird space, because everybody kind of like wants to be booed up, especially like kind of out here, because it does get lonely at times. I recognize that and understand, but nigga, I can bust it down. I'm not busting it, my bank account open. I'm just sorry.
Wait, let's rewind. So you're okay with busting it down if he's broke, but just not your bank account?
No. I didn't say that. This is rich. Like, let's speak cool. No, it's not even that. It's just like, okay, I might not know that you might be broke, and if we vibing and having a good time and we hang out and things, we end up back at your place. But the moment that you fix your lips to ask, I have a problem with that. And I think it's also at there are certain things that I did in my 20s that make sense, because they're in my 20s. Like, I had a boyfriend where we were in college. He didn't have money to get books. I got him his books. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to pay me back when he got his refund check. And then this nigga window got shot out after out of a car accident, and his car like paying the money to get, you know, like the deductible and all this shit. I had to blackmail this nigga like recently. Oh my gosh. Like, it was an ongoing thing, and I felt like it was some way that he had this, like, to keep the lines of communication open.
Wait, you said you blackmailed him recently?
Girl, I had to blackmail him. I'm 30. I'm 33. So I had to blackmail him when I was like around 29 to finally get that money back. Because I had him. Oh, I'm a petty bitch. Sorry. Excuse me.
Oh my gosh. You was not letting the money go, huh? I mean,
no, I'm the same way. I don't let money slide either. Like, if you owe me, you don't pay me what you owe me. So,
and I feel like what's also strange is how people Like they know they owe you money, but they want to live this fabulous life on like or social media. And you here, you there. Okay, nigga, give me my money. Give me my money, hoe. Like seriously. But so it's just. I mean, and I've dealt with a dude that was a scammer doing that green dot that scam out here, and he was asking for money. I'm like, nigga, you like wrong.
I don't know what this green dot scam, but if a scammer ever asked me for what?
It is like, I'm like, why
are you pricing me out?
What are you scamming? You should have enough money to continue to scam.
What are you doing?
So, I mean, I don't know, James. Have you ever given a woman any money? I mean, because sometimes, because within that, I feel like
you said that girls be asking for $40 all the time. That's what I see on the internet. That girls always asking for $40.
$40 for whatever. I mean, y'all nails don't even cost that much, so it's kind of like what you.
Wait, what?
$40. Like no, like that's.
Nails do cost $40.
More than that though.
Yeah,
I don't know that's what I meant.
I was like,
no, that's what I meant. It costs more than that. It don't cost exactly $40. So like, I probably would ask like, what you need $40 for or whatever. But women have asked me for money. I've said no, obviously, because I'm like,
wait, obviously.
I mean,
what made you say no? Is it somebody that you was just like messing around with? Like,
it's like we were just kicking it. It's not like we were. I mean, obviously we were messing around, but it wasn't going any further than that. So
the old girl asking for some money.
Who?
My friend, the girl that I was friends with from high school, that had the baby.
No. I'll keep it 100. I was broke though. I was broke in that relationship, like college student, whatever. I didn't see a refund check till I went to another university, a real university, and I was like, "The fuck is this?" or whatever, and that like opened everything up to me or whatever. I never seen that many zeros or whatever, on the check. And I'm like, damn, to go to school? Like, what the fuck? So the girl that asked me for money, I just was like, nah, like I don't do that unless we're like building something together, like actually in a relationship. Like that's a slippery slope to me. So So
which leads me here, like, is it ever okay to give a man money? Like, let's say, Yanni, something happens and you're in this relationship, y'all been in there for a minute, and now this is not new. Is it ever okay? Do you feel like it's ever okay?
It would have to be a very dire circumstance. Like, I feel like the type of man that I like to date, asking me for money should be a very last resort. Now, my 20s, I was doing all types of foolishness, but I feel like now it's like, because it's like, okay, it's like even for myself, right? Because of COVID, I was unemployed. Well, I am unemployed. I've been unemployed for 6 months. I'm not in a place where I feel like, oh, I need to go out and run around asking people for money because I need it, or asking guys that, I'm just not in that place. So I feel like if you are my man, I wouldn't expect that either, unless things, you better exhaust every single resource. You better, I don't know, go get you a personal loan. You better do whatever you have to do, because to me, a man's supposed to protect, you're supposed to provide. So
yeah,
it shouldn't fall on me to now be your bank.
Honestly, at this point, the only person that can ask me for money is my daddy. Like if my dad needed something, or like a brother, like if James, if you really needed something, I would give it to you. but I look at I treat you and Terrence like y'all my brothers for real. So if it was something that was like dire and you needed it, I would give it to y'all. But anybody else, the only way you should be asking me money for any money is to like invest in like a business and we building something together. I don't really ask men for money like that. Like it's one thing, like I want to get my hair done or something like that. But also the men that I've dated and deal with, if I absolutely exhausted every outlet, that resource that I had, I would ask them, they would give it to me. And I know that, but I'm not that person. It's pride. Yeah. And I can't even fix my
that pride to the side.
Girl.
Pride. You see how these men just met these women and they're okay with asking.
But see, within that, I also wonder too, it's like, do y'all really not have money, or are y'all really just
trying to get over?
Yeah, because like we do know, sorry, niggas do that, men do that, and they push their luck to see how far that they can go, and how far will you bend for them. So I wonder within that, I'm like, okay, so the dude, like even the dude that asked for the 2K, I'm like, damn, you got some big ass balls. But we know 2K is like 68. What is it? $68? Yeah. I mean, I think that's a lot for a video game, but whatever. And considering that you guys play games for free throughout life, whatever.
Chill out. Chill out.
That's also, I'm wondering, like, with these messages, are some like, I feel like the guy with the food situation, he definitely probably really needed it, but I'm like, you asking me for $10, $20, you want me to buy you weed? Like, I think I'm wondering what is real and what is fake.
Mm-hmm. Damn, y'all making me feel bad, man. Like, cause like I'm definitely on the side of I won't ask unless I absolutely need it. And if I'm asking, please believe I've exhausted, like you said, all other avenues before coming to you. But on the flip side of that, I'm also very much like we're a team type person when it comes to being in a relationship. So like if you really are, we talk about finances and all that stuff, like, hey, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? Are you good? You need anything? You need help with anything? Just having a very, very open dialogue. That's just how I move in relationships or whatever. So if, like I said, if I'm really like down bad, like being able to come to you and ask you like, hey, like the XYZ is going on. And if we're really building something already, you probably already know what's going on anyway. So yeah, for me to like, and like I said, pride is a motherfucker, and it may be just a Black family type things, because I've had family that have done stuff for me before, and then we have a falling out, and then it's like, oh, I did XYZ for you. I'm like, the fuck? Like, you know, we family, like, right. That out of love. No, you were doing that to be like, hey, I got some over your head or whatever. So that kind of carried over into my adult life. But like I said, now it's very much a team thing. Like you mentioned you want to go get your nails done. I'm like, all right, slide you that. All right, go take care of that or whatever. Or like, I'm gotta pay this, I gotta pay that. I'm like, all right, so I can either give you the whole thing or what you want to do. Like it's an open discussion or whatever. So I was worried because I'm like, damn, your significant other can't come to you and ask like.
Well, I feel like don't feel bad. I just feel like there are different approaches to dating.
Yeah.
And I think that it's completely okay to be in a relationship where you are building with your partner, right? So it's like, okay, well, I'm lacking in this area because of XYZ, or this is going on. I expect you to pick up that slack.
Yeah.
I've been the building in my past, and I have been way too much of the person with the pants on. And I just don't want to build anymore. Bria the builder.
I think also too within that could lead to like other conversations too, as far as like what women allow, because I always recognize that like, okay, women, we have to be accountable for certain things as well. So I'm glad that these women at least, you know, are saying no. And there were a few of them like, yo, like pretty much I gave you money before, and one guy was like added to my tab.
Yeah, that shit was wild. That shit was wild.
It's like it literally, I'm like, what? Like
City Boys Day up.
Like literally, it said added to what I owe you, and it says, which I'm trying to find which one. And he said, it's the car insurance one. And he's like, it's already been 30 days. She's like, car insurance gives you more than 30 days, question mark, question mark, question mark. He's like, just calculated what I owe you. Send it to me. I'll pay you back and we can go our separate ways. So now you mad.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wild. Ain't no separate ways. you owe me. So I'm on your ass.
like I just don't get it. Like, also, again, it goes back to like, what are y'all niggas doing? Like, how can you not pay your car insurance? Like, how did you get to that point in your life? And I get it. Again, we are in a very complicated, tough time, and I'm not judging people's situation, right. But I wish a nigga would ask you to pay his car insurance.
I mean, you bring up a good point. Right now, we are in a pandemic. People are in difficult times. So I'm not saying that it's okay, but I guess that is a reason why things may have gotten shaken up a bit.
Yeah. Where's your mama? Like, where's your mama or your daddy? Like, I feel like there's so many people.
Maybe they're
your homeboy that you was popping bottles in the club with. Like, ask him for the $30. Ask that bitch for some money.
I'm about to say, yeah. The big thing was like, y'all don't really know these women like that for y'all to be asking them for money, man. Like, granted, and on the flip side of that, there are women and men that will gladly give you the money.
We ain't nobody on this call that's like that.
Clearly, that's not that group of women.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, and like you said, one of them even had them like, I already gave you money or whatever. So like, you didn't use your draw 4 card already. Like,
I mean, so with that said, recognizing that we are in like tough times, if you give someone money, if you know, whether it be a woman or a man, what are the terms and conditions of this loan? Like, are you expecting it back? Because sometimes now, like if somebody asks me to hold something, you know, which is still rare, I do it with the intent, like I don't plan on getting it back. So I just take it as a wash. Depending on the person, on what it is, again, it's the last person to ask me for money. I ain't friends with that bitch no more. So, but that's another story for another day.
Damn. I gotta be with you. Like, I gotta be rocking with you like that for me to give you money. Like, granted, there are, like you said, like you consider me and Terrence brothers. There are people that like I consider family that I'm like, yeah, I got you or whatever. Don't even worry about when you can pay me back or paying me back. And luckily, there's solid enough people where they do pay me back when they finally get on their feet. But if it's like somebody I'm like talking to, or I don't know what you want to call it, getting to know or trying to see where it goes, whether it be a friends with benefits situation or maybe more. Yeah, we gotta be together. It's like that probation period, 90 days, 90 days before we start, you know, exchanging funds or whatever and things like that. Because if I'm dating you, I'm already paying for taking you out X, Y, right. Already. So now you like, oh, I'm comfortable enough to ask you for money and stuff. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, like, slow your roll. We're not quite there yet, but yeah. That was my turn. That's what in the hidden words in the contract.
I actually recognized that there was another time I gave somebody money. It was also my early 20s. We were in pretty deep in this time, and just almost a little bit more. I think it was probably like $200 or something like that. I did end up getting it back, but I had saw like in between the time of me giving it out and getting it back. I remember getting really upset about something, and then I tried to like go to the ATM, and I was like, "I'm getting this money back one way or another." So I'm like trying to guess his pin.
Wait. Hold on. Yeah. We're gonna run that back because
lock that nigga card.
You took a full ATM card. You took his debit card.
Yes, I was really upset, and I'm like, how dare you got my money in your bank account when you're acting like a lunatic in these streets? So
what did you see? What did you see that made you take this man's debit card?
Well, let's just say he was just gallivanting with women and having relations with my money in his bank account.
Okay, if you don't mind me asking, how much money did you give him?
I think it was like $200, but this was so long ago, I really don't remember. I think it was probably like $200.
Yeah.
This wasn't no $60, but yeah. So I feel like that was my absolute. That was the last straw for me. But like Jay said, like if it was to be someone that I considered family, then all right, cool. And I mean, outside of like romantic or intimate relationships, like in college, like if I had like a girlfriend that I was close with and she needed some money, there you go. Or even after college, when I started working, I had some friends that were still like in academic programs. They need a little bit of money to hold them over. I would give it to them. But those were like my close girlfriends. Although I know your situation didn't work out, Dominique. But those are my close girlfriends that I trusted. But I think right now it will have to be somebody that I look at as family. If it's somebody that I'm dating, if it's someone that I'm dating, it will actually be a red flag for me.
Yeah, I think it would be too. And I think that also leaves like, how are y'all even? I would have blocked somebody. It wouldn't even been a conversation. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. I would probably continue to have the conversation with the person about the situation just so I can screenshot and send it to my friend.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of messed up. But I'm just like, y'all, look at this shit. Like, what did I do? How did I end up here? But I literally, I might drag the conversation out a little longer. Like, look at this fool. I can't believe he asked me for money to buy his NBA 2K and da-da-da. I would probably do that.
I would understand you correctly.
Like, I would block him on every Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever can be my phone. Because I just don't think that it is okay. Because especially like I'm at the age where I'm looking for like what's gonna happen next. Like I'm dating intentionally. And if I can't be falling in love with guys with potential, like I need you to be kind of like making moves and plays, not just hoping and praying like Lawrence. Like I think it's still messed up.
Leave Lawrence the fuck out of this.
As long as Lawrence was on unemployment, Lawrence still should have been contributing to that household.
Leave Lawrence out of it.
So you team Best Buy?
I am very much team Best Buy.
Man,
I agree though. He still could have been applying for jobs and stuff like that. And when you're trying to get something off the ground, depression is a very, very real thing. You get down.
I recognize that and I understand that.
Whatever. But when Issa lost her shit, she couldn't afford to live in that motherfucker no more. So
by herself.
I mean, hey.
Gentrification is a hell of a drug out here. You know that is alive and well. Hey. Remember how like they was gentrifying the dunes? Like
I remember.
So that's her rent was going up, and
you have to also consider if you're in a place by yourself that you initially had someone else at some point contributing to that rent.
Yeah, but he picked himself up. I'm admitting he was beating his feet a little bit, picked himself up, and she went and hopped on some new dick. So,
but within that, he also recognized when they met up that he did play a part in that. Ooh. So that's how
I completely understand.
You do.
Yeah, but
for those that are listening, I am making a face like, okay, so tell us the story.
Cool, I completely understand. Like, he played his part in it. I'm not saying he wasn't being.
Well, how did you play your part in it?
How did I play my part in it?
Yeah,
I did nothing.
Look like you lying.
I did nothing. I've had my fair share of shit in relationships before. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not innocent by any means.
Were you asking women for money when you know you had money?
No. I was asking. Yo, I get my. I'm okay. So fast forward, the holidays are coming, right? I'm the person that's hard to buy a gift for them for Christmas because I would go get it my fucking self. That's the person I am. So I'm not asking a woman like, hey, want to buy me 2K? Want to do that or whatever? Like, no, if I'm asking.
But that's different. Like, I get that. But I mean, it's one thing to drop a hint and then.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I'm just wondering, okay? Because you said I could relate. I've been there, so I was just trying.
No, I was talking more about him being depressed about something not getting off the ground, and depressed about your career path and shit like that. Not necessarily. Okay. Well, he had money. He had money in the account, so he's making sure.
But he wasn't. That's my issue, right? Like, you saw Issa like struggling to get by, working at We Got Y'all, and you did not. You was at home playing video games. She probably bought it for him.
Oh Lord, now we making up scenarios. How did we get here?
I mean, that's what we saw. Her coming home. The nigga is on the video game console. I don't know if it was Xbox, GameCube, whatever y'all playing these streets, PlayStation. But I'm just saying, like that was a reoccurring thing. Like her coming home after like an overwhelming work. Yeah, I'm like, so you're not helping me. Like you are a burden to me. And the fact that I recognize that he was depressed, but I think within that too, it's just like at some point, like pick up the sign. Like I'm here again, playing video games again.
I understand.
It's my birthday. You bought me something.
I was just about to say, yeah, the whole birthday thing. Like I'm not saying he's absolved in anything. He went and joined the Geek Squad.
He wasn't even on the
He went and joined the Geek Squad.
Another sales associate.
And then, they started clicking, and then she went and hopped on some new, and then whoosh, everything went up in flames. So whoosh. I'm not. Don't disrespect Lawrence Hive like that. That's all I'm saying.
Clearly, we're not watching the same series, but okay.
Oh man,
that is okay. Like but since we're talking about like relationships and like red flags and cutting people off, like what are some of the things that you look for that are a red flag, Yanni? That's kind of alarming. Like I know a lot of times it is like, have you talked to your girlfriend about something? You're like, this is kind of like wonky, or
I think when a guy wants like too much too fast. So say for instance, I'll just give a real example. I think this had to be on Hinge, yeah, where a guy just responded to me and was like, I want to take you to dinner. So I responded and said something witty back. So I didn't even necessarily respond to exactly what he said, but I just said something witty to initiate the conversation. And just because I responded, he's like, okay, what area do you live in? What kind of food do you like? And when it works for you. So to me, it was like, I don't like to sit and talk on dating apps all day. I would rather meet up in person. But even that was just too much, too fast. Like you're not even at all remotely just interested in anything. Like I could be a robot. Like I could be a fake page. It was just really strange. So for me, if a guy wants too much.
Could have been a man.
Yeah. Typically, I think there might be some type of ill intent, whether it might be, I don't know, you might need marriage for citizenship. I don't know. But to me, it's a scary sight. It's something going on.
What about you, James? What are things that kind of alert you like, it's like, I probably shouldn't continue this conversation, or okay, wait, hold on, Yanni has something.
Something about we splitting something.
Oh yeah, I'm not splitting nothing.
If anything comes up about 50-50, that's a red flag. Reverse on the play.
Yeah.
Flag on the play.
He ain't got it.
I
broke.
No splitting.
But that doesn't mean he's broke though. I don't feel like that means he's broke.
That don't, but I just think that to me, that's broke behavior.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there is like, I bet this can go into a whole nother conversation, but I think that there are regular men who are working regular jobs, doing regular things. And I mean, some people just approach dating differently, whereas, okay, maybe I want to make sure before I go out on all these dates with all these people, I want to make sure there's a mutual interest or whatever the case might be. I'm not the guy that's spending $200, $300 on a date, but I want to make sure there's a mutual interest. We're not wasting each other's time. And there's some women that are actually okay with that ideology.
Yeah.
I think that's broke behavior. I just think it's a different approach.
No, that's my girlfriend and I, we were having this conversation at work yesterday. And she was upset that her brother had asked someone out on a coffee date. And okay, James, that face. I think that that's fair because we also live in this culture and this world where women, like we see the videos where it's like, oh, this nigga a simp. I done got Ruth's Chris or Mastros off of this person. I don't plan on going back out with them ever again. I was just hungry. So I recognize that and understand that. But, you know, she was like, I just think that that's lame. I said, I think that that's a fair way to get to know somebody. I am not against going to meet up with somebody for coffee. And she's like, I just think that that's just very lazy. And I'm like, but again, you don't want your brother's like time wasted with somebody that's trying to play games with him and trying to like, you know, get over. So I think that that's fair. I would not be opposed to that. But if you don't drink coffee, I might suggest something else. Maybe we meet up for happy hour or maybe we meet up for a smoothie or something. But I think that I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna make you take me to Mastro's or Yamashiro's right away.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't drink coffee. I have no desire to go on a coffee date unless it's something that is professional. I have no desire. But again, if it's something, look, everything doesn't have to be a dinner or lunch. So you can get creative if need be. But yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of free shit here in St. Louis. So you can get super creative without having to spend money. I started smiling because the coffee date thing is a Twitter thing that was a discussion.
Enlighten me.
What the fuck is a coffee date? And it was like you go out and have coffee, like you sit and have a conversations or multiple conversations or whatever, and it's like it's not a huge waste of money, or you know, if it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. You don't feel like you got for a free meal because there are those people out there too that's like,
I don't think if I've done that.
No, I'm not saying you've done that.
No, I'm trying to think if I've done that.
Oh, done it and never had interest in the guy, was just like,
yeah. I'm trying to think, and I feel like I haven't. I feel like I haven't. Because the other thing too is that I also value my time, and I'd rather be at home sleep.
Right.
Somebody, oh my gosh, you know.
Like that's now in my 20s. Oh yeah, you want to take me to Katana? You cool? I may not necessarily be interested in you, but yeah, let's go. I'm in my 20s. I'm just trying to get some dinner.
But I'm even trying to think of my 20s because I moved to LA when I was 22. Mm-hmm. And so I think back to even like the guys that were like that I dated that were boyfriends and all that stuff. I didn't really waste my time. I feel like it was like an interesting time period. Like, and I feel like I was just going out with friends a lot, or if somebody asked me out again, because it's hard out here. Like I was a lot of my time, especially in my 20s, I was in the club. Like I was not getting asked out on dates. Like I had boyfriends. Like, so I wasn't wasting their time.
You was 20.
I'm not in the business of wasting people's time. I don't like mine wasted.
Tell me your life. Boyfriends.
Yeah, dating. Date me.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, not multiple boyfriends at one time. Like, I had my Persian boo, I had my Italian boo.
Mm-hmm.
He got mad because I didn't call him when I said I was gonna call, and there was Portuguese babe. Portuguese babe was so fine,
Ooh.
but he would have kids, and he really liked me and really wanted to be with me, and I just was like, dog, like I'm not gonna even play this game with you. I need to know that it's an option. I ain't saying today, but I might want one kid. So, but yeah, I have multiple boyfriends. Yeah.
So you was dating very intentionally. You wasn't having just no.
You doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, like I wasn't trying to be, necessarily a heartbreaker. I did that kind of in my early 20s in St. Louis, kind of like dating multiple people, dating broke niggas and things like that. LA too. I'm James. I'm being real.
I know. That's why I'm laughing.
No. LA is too expensive. And that's the other thing that I was going to say. LA is too expensive to be laid up with somebody asking me to buy them $2K. That's all I'm saying. It's true.
I would never. That's all I can say.
Like, if we get together, there had to be some sign at some point to know that you are the type of man that would be asking for money for $2K. I feel like that wouldn't be the first. If we're laid up together,
I would not burn that card on $2K. It's just not gonna happen. Mm-mm.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think if there were things. 'Cause I recently had, I don't know. I wouldn't say like a new situation, but like new kind of where
you on the block.
You got refurbished.
Yeah, you on the block. Is that what you're trying to say?
Whatever. Anyway,
it's been reupholstered.
Yeah, I was say, you came back around the block one time, like
It was years later, but I was believing that maybe it was timing, and not to talk back, because I think the person is like amazing, but like it speaks to like what Yanni said, like things like trying to move super fast, and it's like, okay, what, why? Like we just started like seeing each other again, like let's slow down, like let's get to really know each other, because you really don't know me, like if you really think about it, because there was a period of time where we didn't really even communicate. So I think those are things that are red flags as well, and those things make me super, super uncomfortable, and I freak out. But I don't know, like I think right now I'm just trying to move very intentionally with everything that I do. And I'm trying to I'm big on manifesting like my happy ending and my white picket fence. So it's something I'm just not going to be, but I also know within that, like, I know everybody can't recognize, like things like that, and not knocking anybody, but I'm like, girl, somebody asks you for some money at 30-something years old, you need to let that go. You hand him Craigslist ads and be on your way. Because I'll tell you one thing, a nigga will never Lil Bow Wow me again and get no money out of me.
Not Lil Bow Wow.
She triggered.
I am triggered.
Triggered. That was a trigger. Hell yeah.
Listen. And now I think about it, when I got the money back, the nigga still didn't give me all the money.
Damn.
After all that time, still wasn't all the money?
It was like half of it.
Damn.
But you know that person, so it makes sense.
Next.
Listen. Oh my gosh. Well, we are at 48 minutes, y'all. And I am so honored for you guys to be on the first episode, and we're just gonna keep pushing this and making it more solid and building, because I definitely want to have both of y'all back. Oh, cool. Especially Yanni, because we have so much to talk about sex. James, would you let somebody peg you?
Absolutely fucking not.
You gotta be careful when you say stuff like that. That could be cut into a nice little sound that says absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just asking.
I'm cool. That's like the one thing that I'm like.
But why?
Yeah. No, seriously, because like at this point in the game, I just feel like men are freaks. Like y'all just do that. That doesn't mean. And I feel like sexuality is so fluid, and I just feel like, especially black men, y'all don't be trying. All right, let me let you have it.
Go ahead.
I'll let you have it.
I'm cool. I don't. If I'm being 100, if I didn't have to take a shit, I wouldn't. But like as humans, we have to take shit. I don't like the feeling of taking the shit. So like the idea of somebody
you're not activating your G spot when you're taking a poop.
I don't know, man.
So maybe you should reconsider.
My thing. You see how you peeped how she said that though? She's like,
I mean,
do you want the best orgasm that you've ever had in your life or not?
oh,
Are you satisfied with average orgasms, or do you want to take it to the next level?
If it could, man, I don't know about that. I don't know about that because like my logic is I don't like shit like how it feels coming out. Then you want to like been, you know. I don't know how I'm gonna like
that. You'll have some lubrication. And you'll
like
take it slow.
Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not big on butt play. Like for me.
Yeah.
I'm also, but yeah, I'm not big on butt play. But I recognize and understand that there are some things that I'm just like, yo, this just turns me on. I think it's bomb. Like, so if I watch like a video or something where it's happening, I'm like, dog, like this chick, like she's in charge. Maybe my name is my name for a reason. Like maybe I really am dominating. Like maybe I want to be a dom in my next life.
I will be here for it. I love it. I love black women dominating the dominatrix.
Cool. I'm just cool with that. Anything back there, I'm all right.
Cool. What if we're gonna have to spin this into another episode because I like to know, like I really, because the same thing, like men, like you don't like a finger up there. I'm like, that's weird to me, but okay. But I also, there are certain places where I will bend a little bit when it comes to the bedroom. I would say I'm a little more submissive there. Y'all know me in real life because I ain't really like that type of shit. But ain't no gonna leave me either. But that's another conversation for another day. But I mean, I feel like that I just don't want a penis up there per se, because I'm also traumatized. But but I mean, I'm saying like, so if a girl put her finger up your ass, what happens? Do you clench or do you like, all right, let me just let this go? Has that ever happened?
Not up my ass. No, that's never happened.
Just a little hand play.
Yeah, I like tighten up my head.
Okay, what if she's we put him on the spot. Last question for me, because I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
I'm good. Oh, what's up?
What if she's giving you head, right? And then she like goes to the balls and she's like sucking the balls, and then she goes to the gooch. But then after she goes to the gooch, she just keeps like licking further and further towards the back exit.
That's happening.
Everything was feeling so good. And then what?
That's happened to me before.
Okay, so what happened?
Yeah.
Exactly what she said. She just got closer, and then when it got to that point, I was like, all right, I gotta
walk with your legs, like stuff.
Yeah, like what it was happening right now. I'm like, nah, that's not for me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that. So I'll like, don't get it twisted. I'm for a lot of shit. I'm down for a lot of shit, man. You know, but that one, I don't know if I'll ever cross that bridge. But they'll try you. Y'all will try a motherfucker though. Like,
okay, I got a funny story, real quick.
Come on.
I was hearing weird rumors about that guy, and from a best friend, from his friend, and I was like, how do I figure out? And again, I'm young. Me and my best friend at the time, Vernon. Shout out to Vernon because I love you. And he's, I'm like, what do I do? Like, how do I? Because there a way I could check. And he told me, he's like, well, maybe put your finger up there to see how he responds. So if he like clenches, like, okay, it might not be true. But then if he just kind of like just let it slide, you might have a problem. So I'm like, okay, now mind you, we are young and dumb, early, like late teens, early 20s. And y'all, we was in Chicago and I tried that shit. When I tell y'all that nigga flew off the bed and flew into the corner and was like, oh my
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't never jumped up out the bed, no crazy shit like that.
It was like Wally, like what is it, the Road Runner, how he flew off the river, like
yeah, I ain't had no crazy ass reaction like that. It's been more so, hey, what you doing type shit, and like, hey, tighten up and shit. But yeah, that's really it.
Yanni?
No, I have not. I would love to pick someone. So if there's anyone that you guys would like to refer to.
I think I'm gonna have to pick my best friend. I asked him.
I would love to pick someone. Yeah.
What the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah, I asked, and he looked at me crazy, and I'm like, but Vernon, like, please, like, just one time, because clearly, okay. So I'll say this: I feel like no black man will let me do it.
Black men be with the shit too. I think honestly, that's with black men. Not saying that's every black man.
Yeah.
Obviously, how black men and the backdoor play, how it's very taboo. It's not something they're comfortable with. A lot of men just enjoy. I feel like, especially within the black community. But I also think with black men, there's a lack of true trust, right? When it comes to that type of exploration. So it's like, oh, I let you do this to me. You have this something that you can humiliate with. I feel like for the rest of my life, right? So if something happens, think about Kanye West and Amber Rose, right? Remember back in the day when they were having that Twitter war, where did Amber Rose go? She hit him with that's why you like fingers in your butt or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's one reason why black men are not like, even if they're curious, I feel like they will shy away from it or do it on the low, get some services to do it, or be doing some other things on the low with other people. So, and
I just feel like, again, I feel like that's one of the takeaways, like, as we get older and dating, and like a lot of the men that I've dated, the majority of all the men that I've dated out here have been like probably 10 plus years older than me, and knowing like that generation of people are like so much more comfortable. Like even recently, like more so recent, having a conversation about with the older guy that's like, like mid to late 50s, that's just like, I don't know if that's my thing, but I will be open to try. And I feel like a lot of guys like, Jamie, like around your age, or that's like a little like 30 to like 45, they're like, absolutely not. And I also think within that, a lot of times I think men are so used to, like, especially black men, society trying to emasculate them, which is always that running theme of like, why is this gay? Or, I'm like, but niggas be gay. Like niggas, like, people are gay. And I'm like that. And that's just what it is. And like, we recognize like how when we see our images on TV, why it's also important for them to see their images on TV. But I think a lot of it, I'm like, yo, like it's sex, like it's in this room. If you want me to hook up with you and this girl or whatever, like, why is that a yes? But why can't it be my way where I might want like another guy? And that's good. No, it's not gay. I didn't say you had to do anything with the guy. I'm just saying, like, maybe that's a fantasy of mine. Just like you want to have a fantasy with two women.
Yeah.
So, this for another day, because now it's a little juicy.
Okay. I ain't there quite yet. Like, I've been on a lot from 20 to 31. So,
I mean, I heard y'all had ran this train on some girls. I'm just playing.
Ooh.
Your face, you was like, what?
Ooh. Because I never have. So I'm like, what is this?
I was just playing. I was thinking about, you remember, listen, he might be lying to you.
I'll keep it funky. Like, I ain't gotta lie about shit, but what's up?
Well, I just want to thank you both for coming. Yanni, give out your social media, and then I'm gonna follow up with James, and then we gonna end this.
Thank you for having me. You guys can find me at Yoni Talks TV. Yoni, YONI Talks TV.
James.
All right. Instagram, Twitter, J White the Prez, JWHITETHEPREZ. Henny Nice podcast on all digital streaming platforms. So iTunes, Anchor, Google, Spotify, whatever you listen on, I'm there. So go check me out.
Okay, y'all, sidebar, you definitely really have to go to Yanni's page because she has a funny video about why Black men do cheat. And it's so interesting seeing the responses from like that group of young guys. Like, it is hilarious. Yanni is amazing. And she's so cute. Like, oh my God. We're friends. But yeah, like check it out. James too has an amazing podcast. I live for the episodes when you have
the homies on.
I'll be texting. I'm like, yo, this is so and so. Like, I just get so involved.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's a good time. I have been on that a couple of times, and we talk our shit too. I have so much fun. I just think, you have something special. Send me therapy. Clearly, that's all I got left. But no, you guys, please follow the Whiskey Soured IG page to see when new episodes are dropping. I'm actually gonna start a Patreon as well, so you guys, the Patreon subscribers, can have like bonus episodes or episodes dropping before everything else. Because just like low key, I could cut out the whole part of us talking. That could be bonus footage. But I'm just saying, I ain't gonna do shiesty just yet.
All right, when you start paying, it's gonna be on Patreon.
Oh, definitely Patreon. But yeah, I just got my email today. I put a candle line into production called St. Angeles. It has a very clean feel to it. Luxury candles will be $30. So I'm so excited.
Okay.
And I will sell them out. So I will be dropping the link to that very soon. And super excited again for that. Just working on other projects. I might have some cosmetics in the work, girlfriend. So I might have to, get you in some photos. So I'm really, really excited for this next chapter in this journey. And I had an amazing time with you guys. So yeah, St. Angeles is my personal page, and my Twitter is Pretty Sadiddy. That's PR3TTY SADDITY. I'm gonna change it one day and have everything the same name. I keep getting flack for it, but it is what it is. I don't need my job finding me right now. That's all. Thank you guys for listening to the first episode. Thank you again to my guest, and we shall talk again soon.
Peace.
Bye.